Hello everyone and welcome. I'm finally in a position to upload these trials videos on a weekly basis. I'll try and get them out on the day the trials go live. I'll get 3 stars on everything and I'll show you a good way of getting it done. It's the way I do it. There might be better ways. Always feedback. I'll read the comments and if we can improve the methods, we will as we go. This week we've got these 5 tasks. We've got to damage Rocketeers, download data during hidden bunker, search first wave Husks, damage Snitches, and damage ground-based arc enemies. You can see I've got 3 stars across the board. Let me show you how I did this. We'll go in order and we'll start with damaging Rocketeers. Now, I highly advise to do this on a special event for a map because you get 2 times the score, making this a lot easier. Now, this can be done on any map. I like Spaceport for Rocketeers, but Damn Battlegrounds is another great map, and this is how I got it done this week with the electromagnetic storm event that was on. Wait for something like this to go on or a night raid to double up that score. You will want to take in a little bit of a loadout for this. I took in a hole cracker, an anvil. I had 3 stacks of heavy ammo. I had 3 stacks of launcher ammo, plus the additional one on the 4th stack there. Take in some healables as well, but this is what I took in with me. Once you're in, you want to head to this location on the map at the control tower in the dam. This is going to be perfect. You want to get all the way to the top. I'm pretty sure you know how to get to the top, but very briefly, here's the front of the building where you just seen me on the map. You want to go through the main door. Then once in, take a left and hook round to the right and run all the way down the corridor to go through this door here. Once you're through this door, there's going to be a door on the left with a breach. You want to breach this door. Beyond that door is a zip line taking you all the way to the top. Be careful of some turrets that can sometimes spawn in here and take the zip line. Once you're up, just keep on following the stairway all the way to the top door where there's another breach. And with that breach, you'll be out onto the roof. Just deal with any arc that is out there, as it's quite likely there will be some. With any arc dealt with, you are now ready to take on Rocketeers, and from here you'll be able to see pretty much any that are on the map. There's always one around the dam, and you can see he is just here. So what we're going to do is use the hole cracker to do damage. Now, when you're on a special event for the map, you only have to destroy 1 Rocketeer and do plenty of damage to the other. And at this location, I used the doorway where we exited to get onto the roof as cover. So I'm going to cause damage with my hole cracker from here, and we'll just keep on damaging it until we destroy the first Rocketeer. Now, with 1 done, you can check your progress by going into your map and logbook. You can see I'm on 2,520 there. So we need 1 more Rocketeer. Now, from here, we can look down, and there's normally another Rocketeer over near where the swamp is. So I'm going to have a look around the swamp area, and we're going to see if we can get the attention of 1. Just be careful if you are doing the electromagnetic event that you don't get hit by any electric. It doesn't kill you, but it does take some, well, it can kill you. It takes some of your armor and health off of you, so you got to be wary of that. And if it's a night raid, it's probably a little bit easier maybe, but probably a lot of players contest in the loot rooms. So it is high risk, but it's an easy way of doing it. We can find the second Rocketeer now for this video just down there in the swamp. I'm going to get its attention and do exactly the same thing. So with its aggro drawn, I'm going to head back into this door. You're going to see me take a hit now because a snitch shows up, which is very annoying. I hate snitches. I miss with my hole cracker and I miss with my anvil. I'm losing all track of the Rocketeer at this point, and he gets me at a good angle. Now, the beauty is you can pretty much survive 1 hit from a Rocketeer if you're full armor and you've got plenty of health. Just run down the stairs to heal if needed at any point. Don't leave yourself in a position where it can kill you with 1 hit. That is not advisable. Otherwise, this is pretty much good cover, and you don't need to kill this second one. You just need to damage it enough so you get the required score for the 3 stars. I am just about to do that now. I think I'm about 1 or 2 shots away, and it tracked on screen for me. It popped up saying I had the 3 stars. So happy days. Now, with all of these trials, as I'm sure you're aware, once you've got the score, you need to extract. If you do not extract, you lose your progress and you need to go again. So I wasn't messing around with this one. I got the score, I found a extraction, and I got the hell out of there. And this is my score at the end with my rewards. For the next trial, we must download data during the hidden Bunker. Now, this is a special event that only happens on Spaceport. So again, it's like the event on the map where it's going to reward you with 2 times your score, which is great, but you got to wait for this to come around. You're not going to be able to farm for this or anything. You need this event to be on Spaceport. With that said, it is pretty easy to do once it's live. During trials, if you go in solo, a lot of people are looking to do this for the trials anyway, and everybody can do it. So generally speaking, people don't kill each other in solos. I highly recommend it. Don't go in with a squad because it gets sweaty and you're going to be fighting for it even though you don't need to. Solo seems to work out better. Now, this is the loadout that I took in this gameplay. I would also advise potentially bringing in a snap hook or a zip line and maybe a bit more of a heavier loadout if you think you are going to be dealing with some heavy arc or some players. But I got it done with this loadout. Now, on a hidden bunker event, there are 4 antennas that you need to take care of first. You don't need to do this personally, just players on the map need to do it. So anyone can do it. It'll pop up on your screen once the antennas are getting done. If you just zoom in a little bit here, you should be able to make out the 4 icons. One is over on the left side of the center there, hidden by the timer going down for the extraction. But they are all on the map. They will show you where to go, but they can be random every single time you play. They might be on different rooftops. Once you get to an antenna, this is what it looks like. You need to interact with it to establish a connection. Just be warned that wasps and hornets will spawn in on you. So find some cover and take care of them, or just hide until they go away. And then once you've done that, you'll need to interact with it for a second time to send the unlock signal. At that point, the antenna is done. You'll see the green light and the message will pop up on the screen. This has to be done for all 4 antennas. Now, the reason I mentioned a zip line or a snap hook is because sometimes an antenna can go on top of one of the trench towers, which are locked rooms. The only way to the roof is through the locked room. If you don't have the trench tower key, you can't get up there. But with a zip line or snap hook, you can do. Without that, though, you won't be able to get the antenna and it will be a fail. Once all 4 antennas are done, you will want to make your way to the bunker doors, and there's 2 of them. You can see them on screen now, and they are guarded by a bombardier and a bastion. There's one of the bunker doors there on my screen, and the other bunker door is just to the right there. These will open once you have successfully completed the 4 antennas. And if you want to know this location where you need to go to, I'll bring it up on the map now. You can see my position here in the departure building. This is where you want to head to. On screen now, you're going to see it say hidden bunker is now open. That is what will happen once all 4 antennas are done and you can head in to these doors. Now, this is where you want to download the data for the trials. And thankfully, on this gameplay, there's a lot of solo players here and we all work together. Just beware because there will be arc inside of there too that you may need to deal with. What you're looking to do is find these terminals where you can start a download. Once you start the download, the light will flash on it, and you just got to wait for the download to finish to retrieve the data. There are 8 of these terminals in the bunker, and I think they can be different positions every time you're here. So just seek them out, find them, and start the download. You don't need to get all 8 for the 4,000 score, though. I think I got about 4 or 5 in this gameplay, and I got well over 4,000. You can see here me retrieving the data once the download is done, and that is what scores you. You got to retrieve that data. Now, everybody can do this, which is why it's great solo, because you can work together. Notice how that my friend here also retrieved the data. I call him my friend because he's the one that taught me about this. This gameplay is my first time ever doing this. And while the green light is there, everybody can retrieve that. You can only retrieve it once though. If you don't retrieve it, if somebody else gets there before you and you miss it, what will happen is it will go red like that. He's just missed out on it. But after about 3 minutes, that red light will go off and you will be able to start the download again. So for example, if I miss this and I seen it red, I could wait for that light to go off. I could start the download and retrieve the data, but I just need to wait for it. There is also a lot of loot in this bunker to go and check out as well. And you can check your progress by going to your map, like I said, and checking your logbook. I got 6,400 for the amount of data that I got, more than I needed. As soon as you got 4,000, feel free to hit an extraction and get out. Because again, if you don't get out, you're going to have to do all of this again and potentially wait for the next event. Next, we are going to search first wave husks. This is one of the easier trials and it can be done on Dam Battlegrounds. I highly recommend Dam Battlegrounds. And again, make sure it's either a nighttime raid or an electromagnetic storm to double up your points to make it much quicker and easier. And it doesn't really matter about going in with a loadout. You could practically do this with a free loadout. All you got to do is search first wave husks. Even if other players have searched them already and breached them, that's fine. It actually makes it easier, so you don't need to breach. Once you search them, it scores you. The best location to do this is the old battleground. There's a lot of first wave husks in this area to search, more than enough. There's probably enough here if you could find them all to get it done on a daytime raid, to be honest with you. I did that and fell just short, but I'm sure there's more to find. And don't miss this Baron Husk as well, which is kind of near to the old battleground. If you're coming through this area because of your spawn point, this will also count towards your score just west of the water treatment control. But once at the old battleground, I'm going to show you the things I loot now to get 3 stars. You can see this big Baron Husk in the center, like the one that I just shown you as a little bit away in the swamp. You can climb on this and search this. And I'm going to show you this whole clip because they can be quite hard to see if it's a nighttime raid. And if it's nighttime, at least you can kind of see where I'm going from this to find what I find to get the score. We get more than we need here. Now, what I do is I breach this husk. As you can see, it'd be much easier if somebody already done that. I just have to search it to get the score, but we're breaching because we're the first ones here. But from that husk, I'm going to let that cool down. We can find this hornet here. This is a first wave hornet that we're going to breach and search. On this event as well, there's a chance that they can electrocute you, but it doesn't do no damage though, so don't worry about it too much. Just step back if you're bothered. But once you've searched it, you will get scored for it. I highly recommend looting it as well though. Some of the loot out of these is good. It's good value. And out of these Rocketeers, these are great. You can get on this run, on this gameplay now, I actually find 2 epic Rocketeer drivers, which is awesome. You can also find damaged Rocketeer drivers, which are worth good money, but searching is all you need to do to get the score. There's one of the epic Rocketeer drivers, and you can see another Rocketeer from the first wave here on the floor. This is another search right now. We only need a couple more searches at this point because it's 2 times score. You don't actually need to search a hell of a lot to get the 3 stars. It's a very easy one. Your biggest threat is obviously going to be players. If other players are here, then they might try and kill you, or they're doing the same thing. Because you can work together and just search, they might search with you, so you might be lucky. We're going to search this other hornet that's on the ground here. I think after this one, I might actually be done. You see how I dodged that shock there as well? So we've just searched that. We're getting the loot out of that as well. And yeah, 3 stars with what we just did, all by that Baron Husk there. There's more to find now. So on my way back here, I'm about to get struck by lightning, so I have to dodge it. And I see some more Rocketeers on the ground, so we go and search them as well. We're getting a bit greedy at this point. Now, once you've got the 4,000, like I said, I advise just to get straight out, because if you die, you got to do all this again, and you can bring up your map and check your logbook to see your progress if it doesn't pop up on screen. Just 2 more trials to go now, and we're on to damage snitches. This is the worst one this week. I hated this one. It was annoying, but the Blue Gate is a great map to get this done on. There's loads of snitches here. You could probably do it in the day, but I definitely, again, get an electromagnetic storm or a nighttime raid just to double up the score to make this quicker. And this is the loadout that I went in with. I went in with an anvil. I went in with a kettle with, I'd say go in with 2 stacks, or at least 2 stacks of light ammo and at least 1 stack of heavy ammo. Probably more if you want to be very safe. But I got it done with this loadout here. Now, what I did, there's not really a particular location here that you need to be. As long as you're kind of high up and you can see all the sky, you'll see Snitches, and you can just shoot at them. They'll come over to you. You can do damage to them. You don't even need to kill them. It's just doing damage. But ideally, you want to kill them, because if you don't, they'll send in hornets and wasps. I just marked the extraction that I wanted to use. You can see I spawned all the way north at the village. I headed to my extraction, which was more south of the adorned wreckage. And once I got there, there's other people doing the same as me, so we worked together. Again, much better to do solo, this sort of stuff. You can see a snitch in the distance there. We just shoot at it. If you see a snitch, shoot. They come over and do damage. This is all you got to do for this trial. Do damage to these things. It's annoying because You've got to wait for them. You've got to spot them, but they keep on spawning in. As you keep on killing them, they will just keep on spawning. Again, as long as you've got a good eye line, you've got some height, you can see across the map, you will see when they spawn in. They're very easy to spot because they've got the big beam of light coming down from them like this. So again, it's in the distance. I'm just shooting at it to get its attention. It'll come over to me to try and snitch on me, to get a hornet in and a wasp in. And as it comes over, I'm just going to shoot it to do damage. I will shoot to destroy it. I like using the kettle. Normally with Maga the kettle, I can just hammer them all into it and get it down, but the anvil's there as well for some good damage and easy kills on them as well. If you do get the hornets in and the wasps in, make sure you nurse some cover so you can deal with them. And again, as soon as you hit 4,000, just check your map and your logbook. Get out of there. Don't stay in longer than you need to for this one. It's so annoying. I got 4,130, and as Nerma extraction, I got straight out of there. And finally, we need to damage ground-based arc enemies. This sounds quite easy enough, right? Just go after bastions, go after leapers, go after bombardiers. You can even go after poppers, fireballs, ticks, anything that's ground-based. However, I find the easiest way to do this is just to go against the matriarch or the queen. These enemies have a lot of HP. Just bring in the ammo to do the damage, get the damage done, get your 4,000 and get out. And if you're in a good enough position, you might even be able to get a kill on them like I do and get some very good loot out with you as well. Of course, it's risky, but I find it's very easy to do it on these. Now, if I'm going against other ground-based enemies, like the ones I mentioned, I'm going to have to go in on like I said, go on a night raid or go on the electromagnetic storm to double up the XP. But I still got to find them and run around the map to find them, and there's loads of players potentially killing you. It's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you. So even though this isn't a special event on the map and you're not getting 2 times, there's well enough HP on these enemies to easily get the score. And if you go in solo, there's a good chance that people will work with you. Not all the time, obviously, but if they do work with you, this is so easy to do. Now, Spaceport is my favorite map. Any map will work as long as you got cover. But on Spaceport, I love this map for queen encounters and matriarch encounters. And you don't even need that much of a loadout. In this gameplay I'm about to show you now, we actually kill the matriarch, and this is all I took in with me. A hull cracker, an anvil, 3 stacks of the launcher ammo, and 2 stacks of heavy ammo with heals. That is all. Quite a cheap loadout. So if I did die, it's not that damaging. I can put this together quite a lot with where I'm at the game now, and I can keep on trying. Not too bad. Remember, you have all week to do this. You can buy 3 hull crackers a day from the vendor. So yeah, it's quite a cheap loadout to go in with, and this is all you need to get the damage. Obviously, if you're going for the kill, you might want to take in some more heavy ammo if you haven't got people helping you. Solo with this loadout, you're probably not getting the kill, but it's definitely enough for the damage and the 4,000 score. The location I tried to get the matriarch to go to as well. Now, the queen's a different position, but again, where the queen is, there's loads of cover around the queen. But where I am here at this control hatch is a great building to keep me covered from all of the attacks and any of the other arc that might show up. You basically just want to use the hull cracker on it. Just make sure that you bring off one of the front plates. With the front plates off, you can shoot the red weak point inside with either your hull cracker or your anvil, and you're doing a lot of damage to it. So again, check your map, check your logbook to see your progress. Once you're at 4,000, you can just extract and get out. Or if you're feeling lucky, do as I did and kill the thing. We get it killed here. I had about 3 or 4 people with me, all with anvils and pharaohs. I think 1 more had a hull cracker, but we got this done in 10 minutes. It was pretty awesome. The key here is just getting the front plate off and just shooting that weak spot for even more damage. But yeah, as long as you're hitting it with your hull cracker and then your anvil and you're using your ammo on it, you're definitely going to get enough damage to get 4,000 points. And as you can see, I got lucky here. Like I said, we got the kill. I even get my first blueprint from it, which is amazing. The Aphelion blueprint. I was way happy. But that's it for this week. That's all of the trials. I hope this video has been helpful. Again, I'm going to try and do these every week now to give you guys some tips on them of how I do them. If you enjoy the videos, hit like, comment down below in them as well to support them even further. Subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching this. Until next time, take care.